We're alive. But how? That great big flash of lightning. It was almost like you made it happen. Look! The mark on your hand! Huh? Oh, it stopped. Well, we can worry about that later. All I know is that you saved me yet again. I don't know what I'd do without you. Now, we really had better be finishing up this ceremony. Humble folk of cobblestone, great land spirits, hearth and home, lift your voices up in prayer, sing it across all Erdrea. Blessed are we since days of yore, let it be so forevermore. Wow! Look! It just goes on and on and on. Whoever dreamed up this ceremony must have had this in mind. They wanted to show us how huge our world really is. Well, that's it. It's all over and now we're grown-ups. Should we head down and tell Grandad and everyone? They'll all be waiting for us at the bottom.
Okay, this brings up something. Well, the kid, the coal, I recall, had. So the kid. Okay. Well, us being able to make it to the bottom makes sense. Since how did the kid hit? How did Cole and Sandy get to the bottom with ease? Since there was at least one slime and one of those rat things still in the way that I didn't take care of. Well, as long as I made it to the bottom, I'm fine. I guess it doesn't really matter. Alex, I need to head. What's just over there? Oh, hey, priest. Lightning struck the tower. I must confess that I feared for your safety, but it seems that you escaped unharmed. Truly must give thanks to the spirit of the land who watches over us all. That does bring up something. We took down this. The hero took down this giant bird with a literal Deus Ex Machina. If people don't recognize him as a hero at this point, I don't know what he needs to do.
We're back safe and sound, Grandad.
Indeed you are, my dear. Thank the spirits for that. When we saw lightning striking up there, we got a little worried, I have to tell you. Well, I never. Sounds like it's nothing short of a miracle that you made it back in one piece. Well, there's no doubt about it, the spirit of the land was watching over you. Now tell me, my dear, how was the view from the top?
It was wonderful. I saw the sea stretch into the horizon and the sunlight playing on the water and... oh, I've never seen anything like it in my life.
You're true Cobblestonians now. Only we have the pleasure of looking out over the world of Erdrea in such breathtaking fashion, you know. You're still young, and the day may yet come when you decide to leave Cobblestone behind. I hope our little ceremony has opened your eyes to a little of what may await you out there. Now, it's high time we were heading back. I'm sure your mother is eager to hear how things went, young man. Don't keep poor Amber in suspense.
Come on, you. Home time.
Sorry, I was trying to keep that during the cutscene. Coming of age, a word for ascending to the top of Cobblestone Tower and completing the ceremony that signifies the onset of adulthood. Made it back to Cobblestone proper. Ceremony's all done? Congratulations! Now, don't tell me you've forgotten where you live in all the excitement. Just follow the paving stones. You'll soon find your way back. Oh, but you must be tired of be forgetting that. You should head home and put your feet up. So see over this way. I don't know. So apparently B is a quick way to slide down ladders. Who put the torch there? Let's really be holding onto the ladder and reach out to set up that torch. It's like whenever other games, you just go and destroy everything to your heart's pleasure. Okay, but not crates. It's just... This is a hazard if I've seen one. Guess I confirm that the game doesn't have fall damage, at least. That dinky fence meant to keep us out. The door is locked tight. It's actually behind there. Some tunnel. There's Sandy. As he tried to lead us down the correct path. I want to explore, dang it. Saw there was an item up here. Yep. Pink pine. Okay, there just seems to be one person who has anything to talk about. What's in there? Just go. Oh, we can. Destroy stuff while we're in here. We definitely can. Funny that no one even comments on how destructive the character is. That must be why people are considering him a hero, even though there was a clear symbol on his hand in the sky. Like, seriously, did no one actually see that? We have two instances of someone talking about it's the lightning, but not the symbol next to it. What is an orb? Oh. Which reminds me, I'm probably going to flip the ones I have. Or into my item backward. Turns for all three. Oh, a seat of agility. Didn't even recognize that. Did I get that out of one of the crates? Dang. Empty now that permanently increases agility by a little, consumed upon use. I think I'm gonna just save that for now. Keep on getting A and B mixed up. Jump over to that. It's like a place I should be able to walk to. Huh. Now, where's our house? Oh. I was right next to it. One last item. Yes, two actually. From what I recall, all of the items that are just on the ground can respawn, though of course chests do not. 50 gold. Coins. I specify that part. Every pumpkin taken out in a single step.
My little soldier. Well, not so little anymore. I've heard all about your big adventure. Look at you, all grown up. I hope he wasn't too much of a bother, Gemma dear.
Of course not. Quite the opposite, in fact. You would have been proud of him. We got attacked by a monster at the top of the tor, and I ended up hanging onto the edge of the cliff by my fingertips. I thought I was done for. But you'll never guess what happened next. That mark on his hand suddenly lit up, and a bolt of lightning hit the monster.
What did you say? That funny little mark? Lightning flying about the place? Goodness me. Here I was hoping he'd turn out nice and ordinary, but it seems his grandfather was right all along. Well, I've been putting this off for long enough now. You and me need to have a little talk. Here, this belongs to you. Your grandfather asked me to give you it once you'd come of age and climbed the tor. The truth is, there's something I've been keeping a secret all these years. Something I've never told another soul in the village. It's... how can I put this now? Well, he said you're the reincarnation of the Luminary.
Is that really a sign to be saying what all Gemma is in the room? If it's so big an issue.
Oh, don't ask me what the old fool meant, dear. I haven't got the foggiest. All I know is that your grandfather said you had a special destiny, and that there was something you had to do. He said that when you came of age, you were to head north to the capital, up there in Heliodor, and show that necklace thingy to the king. He seemed to think that if you did that, all would become clear. Clear as mud, I shouldn't wonder. Anyway, the long and short of it is that if you want to find out what this is all about, you'll have to leave Cobblestone and head over to Heliodor.
Crikey.
Well, I can't stop you leaving, I'm sure, but you won't be marching on an empty stomach. Come on, dinner.
Incarnation of the Luminary. Wolfo tries his hardest to sleep, but he's too confused by everything he's learned and excited about his coming trip. Eventually, Amateur Itemologist. Award for collecting 10 different types of items. Oh, and real quick, the reason why I know the name Wolfo is just because that's her name I like going by on the internet. Our copy plain clothes. Having trouble sleeping, are we? Well, it's no surprise after all these times saying your big news. Whenever I have trouble nodding off, I like to go for a little walk. The night air always does me a power of good.
Oh, can't sleep either, eh? You remember this tree, don't you? I got my scarf stuck in it all those years ago. There I was, crying like mad, and there you were, running round trying to help me get it down. Some things never change, eh? You know, I always imagined we'd spend our whole lives right here in Cobblestone. That's why I was so surprised by what your mum said today. All that stuff about you being the luminary, that reincarnation thing. I remember the story my granddad told me. Once upon a time, long, long ago, the world was terrorized by a horrible monster. But then, the luminary appeared and saved the day. When it was all over, the luminary turned into a star. And he's been watching over us from up in the heavens ever since. That's his star, right there. How can you be the luminary too? I just don't get it. I know. That's what you're going to Heliodor to find out. I understand, really I do. Listen, we should both be getting back. Everyone will be wondering where we've got to. Goodbye, old friend.
Exhausted after his long day, Wolfo finally falls into a restless slumber. Then morning comes. Well, that's quite the tone shift.
Well, just look at you. You don't scrub up too bad, you know. Only wish your grandfather were here to see you. You won't forget him, will you? He was a fine, upstanding man, the pride of the village. You could do worse than try to be like him. Well, however you turn out, I'm sure you'll find a way to overcome whatever lies ahead. A mother knows these things. Oh, by the way, I've popped a little money I'd saved for a rainy day in your pack. Don't spend it all at once. Why don't you visit the village shop before you head off to Heliodor? You'll need some supplies for your big adventure. But don't take too long. The whole village is turning out to wave you off.
Since there's a bit of tone shift, I might as well ask this question. Is the Illuminated going to Polaris in this world? Just a star you can see from pretty much everywhere that always points in one direction? Dearie, dearie me, what am I going to do? Oh, Vincent Young Wolfo, you came along at just the right time. I've got a favor to ask, you see. The other day I was playing with my lad, you know, messing around as you do. Well, anyway, he's got this flirty feather that he loves, and, well, fool that I am, I managed to let it blow away. Luckily, the wind only blew it as far as the roof of your shed. I'd go and get it myself, but I'm not too good with heights, I'm afraid. Anyway, I know you're a brave young fellow, so I was wondering if you'd mind clambering up there and getting it back for me. You'd be doing me a huge favor, I'm telling you. The man wants you to retrieve his son's flurry feather from the roof of your shed. I knew you'd help me out. You always paid attention to what the priest said in church. You know, that stuff about how to always being kind to others. You're a fine fellow, and no mistake. Now, there's no time to lose. My son's has pretty his bloated feather back. Hurry on over to your shed. Sure, you've climbed on your fair share of roots, but just find something to clamber onto and press B to jump up there. Once you found that flurry feather, I will bring it back here, and I'll see if I can't give you a little something in return. Best of luck. People's Friend Quest. Now, good thing we already have the feather. There you are, Wolfo, and it looks like hey, you got the feather. Would you mind letting me have it? Why did I say no? Hey, what are you playing at? Do I really have to remind you again about all the stuff the priest is always saying about being kind to others? The hands of the flurry feather. Thanks, I knew it wouldn't let me down. I can't wait to see the look on my boy's face. Oh, and before I forget, here's a little something in return. Overseas a sleeping hibiscus. That's not all. I've got a tip for you. I hope you'll find useful. If you ever want to do so, want to get a turn, look for a purple speech bubble above their head. Listen to what they have to say and see if you can do anything to help. It always pays to be kind to others. But don't feel that just because someone shared their woes with you, you have to help them right away. You always come back when you want a little change of pace, or if you're not sure what to do next. Anyways, thanks again, Wolfo. I really owe you one. Now just remember, whatever is waiting for you ahead, be kind to others, and you'll do just fine. You returned the flurry feather to the man in cobblestone so that his son could once again enjoy days filled with feathery fun. If you had a good time on your little errand, you can continue helping people out by speaking to anyone you meet on your adventures with a purple speech bubble above their head. Even the quest log is telling you to help people. Jeez. One thing that brings into question. Wait, is it not up there? Oh, frick, I was expecting there to be another flurry feather up here. I would have sworn they come back. I guess only after a certain amount of time? Or on leaving the map or something? No clue. No one else has a quest though, so just gotta find the exit, I'm guessing. Be right up here. It's already getting my people around to see me off. So this is it, my little soldier's really leaving. Might not have you back for a while. Hope you've said all your goodbyes. So ready? So you know, I want to check some. Well, hurry up, will you? I want to be standing around here all day. It's this house? Yep. This, if I recall, is Gemma's house, so... Oh. What's the matter? Her girl, is someone there? I'm sorry, I don't want to speak to him right now. Can you come back in a bit? Gemma's really heartbroken about us having to leave. Why is it such a big... Off you go then.
One day you're just a little boy, the next you're getting ready to leave us. I only wish your grandfather could see what a fine young man you've become. To think, it's been so many years already since old Chalky found you floating. I mean, since he brought you to Cobblestone. We never thought there was anything out of the ordinary about you. And now suddenly there's all this talk of luminaries of all things. You know who the luminary was, of course. A legendary hero who saved the world from a terrible darkness. We're supposed to believe that you're him reincarnated? I don't doubt old Chalky, of course, but it is a little hard to swallow, I must say. Oh, when you meet the King of Heliodor, put in a good word for old Cobblestone, won't you, eh? If he finds out this is the village where the luminary was raised, there might be something in it for us, if you catch my drift.
Oh, you are terrible. Trust you to be thinking about what you can get out of it.
Oh, no, I'm only joking, of course. The very thought. Anyway, where was I? Ah, yes. Now, the fate that awaits you may well be one beyond anything we simple country folk can imagine. But you must allow us to offer what little assistance we can. Take this map of Erdrea with you. May it prove useful in finding your way. And may this magnificent steed, the pride of Cobblestone, lighten your burden and speed you on your way. You'll find Heliodor easily enough. Just head north out of the village and follow your nose.
You travel safely now. Oh, you're such a good boy, such a good boy. You make us proud out there, won't you? And come back safe.
Wait! Here, take this with you. I made it for you. It'll keep you safe. I heard there are lots of monsters where you're going. Be sure to keep it close, won't you? I don't know what's in store for you out there, but wherever you go and whoever you meet, don't forget us, will you? Take care, and remember, we'll be waiting for you.
Need a horse? Nay, brother. Nay, bother. Horses are an incredibly convenient way to cover large amounts of ground in very little time, but you'll sometimes have to enter areas that can only be explored on foot. Don't spare, though. A ring on one of the many stunning bells dotted around Erdrea will soon bring your faithful friend galloping back to your side. A long journey ahead of us, and sadly we'll have to wait for next time. Sorry again. Sorry about how little talking there was in this episode. So just with the format of an art, that's story-heavy in RPGs in the early sections can't really be helped. See you guys next time.